All right, here we go. Let's get started with the site plan. So notice I'm in feet, so I'm going to draw from here to here using my ortho button. Then I'll draw from here to here using this angle. Then straight across, straight down, and close. It'll be pretty quick. Once I've done with that, I'll use offset commands to get these, and then I'll fillet them to get the pieces right. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle here, stick it in the corner, move it over 50 feet, move it over 40 feet and down 50 feet. Then I'll have sort of my drawing done, and I'll be able to put, and then I'll put this in too. It's just a circle with some lettering and things like that. Once I've got that done, I'll make it show up on my layout, and I'll start applying all these other cool things. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it to another screen so that I've got a chance to be able to look at it and get going. So first of all, I'm going to need to be doing my C prop layer, and let me just draw something that's 160 long. And I'll double click my mouse wheel. Now my view is about the right size. I'll be able to see everything. So that was just there to do that. Now I'm just going to start somewhere. I'll start anywhere. It doesn't matter where. Left click over 63.5. And remember, I'm already in feet. It knows that I'm doing feet because that's what I set my units for. So I just need 63.5. And then I'm going to go up and over at some angle. I'm going to go 115 feet up. And then if I do the angle symbol, that's right next to the M. It's the little angle symbol. Angle. N. 3D. 15 minutes. That's just a little minute. That's the apostrophe. And I'm bending to the west. So that says go 115 feet, start going north, but then twist that line, rotate that line 3 degrees, 15 minutes to the west. And then I'm going to go straight over 160 feet. So just 160, down 75. And then I'll just go to the end point. I'll close it off. Now don't worry that these look too small. They'll look okay when we put it on the viewport. Okay, so there's the first part. Now I'll go offset, and I'm going to go 10 feet. That's what it says. Offset 10 foot side and rear. So there's my rear setback, side setback, side setback, and I hit enter to repeat it because now I need 30 feet for my front setback. Click, click. And I'm going to use the fillet command to make those corner. Fillet, enter, and I'm going to do multiple. I'm going to do one after the other. So I'm going to type M to make sure that I do multiples. And then it's click, 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 and click, click. And then all of those, I'm using my right to left, so everything that's all the way in the window gets selected, and that goes onto my C setback. My building pad is going to go on the thick layer, and that is a rectangle. This is the building pad from the drawing we just did, the architectural one. So I know it's 36 wide by 24 deep. Okay, that was the building pad that we just drew in the last section. And I'll put the corner right up in that corner. And then I'll move it, type M for move, or however you want to get to the move command. It goes straight over 40 feet. And straight down 50 feet. There. I've got the shape drawn now. So I better save this. I'm saving this under my demo drawing. I've already got my full drawing done. So now we can go to the site plan layout and make that show up. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite. I need my north arrow. So I'm going to put that one on my thin layer. Doesn't matter what layer you put it on. And just get it over here somewhere where it's easy to see. Draw a circle of some size. Draw something from the center up. That wasn't very good. Try to make sure it goes straight up. Oh, I have my nearest on as Y. I'll go to my quadrant. Okay, I think I'll turn my nearest off for now. There we go. And then DT middle center for, I want the center of my north to be right there. I'm just going to draw it up a ways till I think it looks about the right size. Enter and type a capital N. There we go. I got my north arrow. Now I'll draw something that's 20 feet long. And I'll move it so that it's midpoint. Lines up with the center, and then I can just move it down some amount. There's no specific amount. And then I want the same size, so I'll just put one there. That's going to be my 0 feet, and that's going to be my 20 feet. 0 with the foot symbol, and 20 with the foot symbol. There we go. Now I'm ready to put it on my site plan. Okay, so let's go over to the site plan and go to the no print layer. And remember, that's where we're going to put in our viewport. And I said that this should be at, I think it should be 1 equals 20. So let's put it at 1 equals 20. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's lock it and go back to the piece of paper. And most of the rest of this will be on the dim text layer. So let's go ahead and do that. The first thing I'm going to do is put in the little dots at the corners. That's a donut. And the inside diameter will be 0. And the outside, I think probably about 0.18. Let's try that. That looks like a good size. And so I just click, click, click all the way around. Okay, once I've done that, I'll need to have a dimension. So there's my civil decimal. And I need a dimension from here over to here. And I don't know how I got it at 40.22. Let's see if I can do that a little bit better. Now I probably do need my nearest back on. There we go. And you can just leave it right down here somewhere. And then take that little leader and bring it down as far as you can. Just to clean it up as much as you can. And we'll do the same thing for our top one. If that ends up being too close to this and you want to move it a little bit, you can just grab that little grip right there and move it up just a hair. Okay, so I've got those ones in there now. Now it's time to put my leaders in. And let's make sure I'm on the right one. I'm on a civil leader. So this one will say a 30-foot setback. And it looks like it's all caps. So let's do that. This one says 10-foot side and rear. 10-foot side and rear setback. I just click outside of it. That looks like those are all of the leaders. So now let me put the dimensions are just text in this case. So that's DT, middle center. And I'll put one right there. And probably a 0.12 or something like that for the height. And it should go east. 63.5 foot symbol due east. Cool. Now this next one, let me get this top one too, because it's already in the right direction. So I'm just going to copy this up to there, and I'm going to change that one that says due west 160 feet. Now this one will be interesting. Let's see how we do that. It's going to be DT, dynamic text. Click somewhere here. And my height is okay. This is going to be at that angle. North, 3D, 15 minutes west. That's going to be the angle that I'm going to write at. And it should say 115 feet at north. 3D, you can do percent D. It makes the little degree symbol. 15 minutes west. And look, it lines it up just right. Isn't that cool? This one's going to be due south. Okay, so DT, middle center, find my spot. My height is okay, but this one is going to go, it's actually going to go north. If it's south, it's going to flip it the wrong way. It's going to go north. And it's going to say 75 feet due south. And that way I'm reading it from the right-hand side properly. I'm going to show you a couple of kind of a cool way to do this one. This is going to be DT, and it's going to be aligned. DT. And I'll put one point there and another point there. It's going to line it up for it. Okay, and this one's going to say 10.45 feet south, 68%. Percent D makes the symbol. 52 minutes east. That's a little bit too big. So we can go look at the properties and we can make sure that the height says 0.12. It's not going to let me do that, so I'm just going to have to shrink it down a little bit. There we go. That looks about right. And then I can move it. That's just a cool command that I wanted you to be able to see. Okay, and the last set is to put in my elevations. DT, I'm going to do a left on these, 0.12 high, and I'll have EL period 124 feet. Oop, I got that at the wrong angle. Let's go ahead and do that again. DT, middle center. I'll put that right over here. Not middle center, sorry. DT, left. Put it right there. Height, 0.12. And it should go east. EL point, 124 feet. And then I can do that same command over and over and over again, but I can also just go copy it and kind of put it in place where I might want to see it. And then if I just double click on it, 125 feet. I just use my arrow button to go over. 125 feet. However you want to get that done. This is 126 feet. And this one is 120 feet. So I've got a lot of this now. I still need my Eastman Drive up here. DT, middle center. I'll put it somewhere up here. Now I think it'll be about 0.25 high, east. There we go. So I've got all this. I should put my drawing title on. It's a block reference. ATT edit. And then click that block. Class number and name. DESGN 301. You can put in the date. I'll put in my date, 06/9/24. You can put in drawn by. The drawing title. This one is your site plan. File name, civil-ROS. Scale. So this is my viewport scale, 1:20. And this is my sheet 1. And it's my revision A. So I can go ahead and do that. And that all sets it out and does everything good. And I'm ready to save. Right? So there's your first part of the drawing. The other ones are a little bit more quick. So you can take your time, get this one really, really right, because you're going to use parts of it over and over again.